it's one of the best pairings with the Tiny position 4. And from Aster's perspective, even though we said we like the Tiny mid versus Puck, Tiny is just good against Puck even from support position, and Boboka is probably one of the best Tiny players in the tournament, so I think their plan A is to keep the Tiny on support.
Yeah, how do you feel about like all of these heroes being such flex in this meta right now?
I think it's important.
Yeah.
If you have the luxury to do it with the versatility that you get from your players, it just makes it that much harder for the opposing team to draft against you. So very, very important in my opinion. Even Wyvern could be flex. I don't think for Aster it is the case. We've seen teams play Wyvern mid. Tundra does it, LGD does it, amongst other teams. So in theory, yeah, Team Siprit locked the Puck. That is the hero that you know is going to the mid lane. Even though we've seen it on other roles for other teams, for Team Siprit it's not the case.
Oh my, what is happening here? Anyway, Amar, you are very experienced with having a lot of your heroes banned out, and I'm sure can personally attest how important it is to have a deep hero pool and being able to having that ability to flex as well. And I think like we were even seeing it here on this ban situation. Spirit never played Timbersaw and yet he's banned out. So as their offlaner probably has a lot of deep hero pools as well. What are you expecting to see to come out on the side of Spirit for their offlane?
I mean, I see 4 offlaners banned, NS, Team Viper. I mean, he will kind of react, like he will just see the carry and he will just pick his hero. Like, it depends to the carry, like if he picks some, I don't know, it's like lifesteal, you pick Razor, but of course Razor is banned, so you pick some Slaughters and you just kind of counter the matchup and you have fun, I guess.
I think Spirit really wanted the Phoenix here. I think it is a great ban from Aster. Would have been amazing for them.
Spirit has the response pick to the carry pick, right? So they're probably going to pick a support here, and then lane counter like Amar was saying.
Yeah, they're protecting the puck mid with the TA and the Pudge ban. These are Aster's 2 answers to puck mid. Very comfortable on Ori is very comfortable on both heroes, and both heroes have a great way to play into puck. So yeah, I think Team Siprit is doing a really good. Like both teams honestly did a great job with the second phase bans in my opinion, and really banned the top choices that would have been for Aster and for Spirit. I wonder what Miposhka is gonna play. Probably is gonna be his hero here. I'm quite confident he would have wanted the Phoenix, so that was a great ban from Aster. But now they're gonna have to rethink what they want. And they go for a Rubik position 5, which is, I think Team Siprit is the only team to do it. But they like it, they believe in it very much.
I mean, they could flex, they could go Rubik 4, Snap 5, swap players.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the tricky part of the job for Aster. This is when, even though you had flexibility with the Tiny, you're gonna give it away now.
5 seconds.
This is when the second pick dominance starts.
I've heard a lot of people say at this point, like you should pick some strong combo for the game. So that way when there's a counter, it's like, well, at least we have this combo, this synergy to play off of instead.
Definitely one of the nicest way to draft, indeed, because you're gonna have to expose yourself, but some things, even though they're exposed, they're still barely beatable.
Yeah.
It all comes down to if Spirit can punish the 16-17 from Aster. If they could get like a very insane hero into 16-17 with the Wyvern and Tiny, it's gonna be like easy draft for Spirit.
And they're a good team at doing that. I feel like both Collapse and Yatoro can play like a really wide range of heroes, so they're gonna be able to pick out of all these heroes what counters Aster the most. So I think it's a great position for Spirit to be in, to put, you know, both Collapse and Yatoro in a counter pick situation.
So something to point out here is that Spirit has banned out that Pudge, and you all talked about how up until yesterday really Pudge was not much of an issue, and now we're seeing it banned out. What do you think is Spirit like looking to consider if that Pudge is banned?
I mean, it's gonna be for Aster to find heroes that they'd like against the puck mid. Now that Spirit removed both the Pudge and the TA, I think they're running out of matchups that they like, to be honest. So probably the puck will be well protected. I feel like the puck's gonna have a good lane, no matter what. Okay, they go for the Bristleback here.
And the Brewmaster. The hero that we lost to every game.
Yeah. I mean, once again, Aster's team fight is really, really dominant. It's very strong. It's going to be hard for Siprit to fight into it. So we'll see which approach they take. It's an early Bristle pick. Usually you see Bristle paired up with a combo, like Bristle with Dazzle, Bristle with Ayo, Bristle with Cuddle. Now this is just like a, you know, quoting like a naked Bristle pick, which can be scary because it's about to get counter picked twice here. And yeah, there you go. Like, Doom, one of the best heroes in the game against Bristle. Obviously you Doom him. Bristle needs to be able to cast spells for him to be dominant. Doom has Infernal Blade, which is HP percentage damage, so he's one of the heroes that cuts through Bristle at every stage of the game. You can buy Aghanims and break him, break his passive, and then Bristle becomes actually not tanky at all, actually very, very squishy because he has really low strength game. One of the best heroes to play against Doom, so to play against Bristle, sorry, so quite scary for Aster, I would say.
Aster bans an anti-mage. Huh.
Yatoro anti-mage, and they have one tiny, and Doom and Puck and Snap and Rubik have insane damage, so it's good ban for them. I think anti-mage could easily just get to minute 30 and have 4 items and kill these heroes. He doesn't really need to kill Bristle this game, he just has to find Winter and Tiny and maybe Brew, if he could.
Is there anything that Aster needs to consider to protect that Bristle a little bit from the Doom situation?
Yeah, they have to. I think they really need to turn this Doom versus Bristle matchup right now because the fights are quite simple for Siprit to take, honestly. Like, Puck is uncontested almost this game, so he's going to create a lot of chaos, and he's going to help the Doom find the right target and find the right jump, which is obviously going to be the Bristle or the Brewmaster, depending on the fight. But Doom has... A good Doom wins the fight right now, and I don't know if Aster can turn it unless the last hero does. You have many ways. You have either a defensive way, where you fight through the Doom, either with a save or a disengage ability, or the other way is, you know, offense is the best defense. Like, you start the fight yourself. You find the Doom, you know, proc his Blink Dagger, kill him maybe, and this is gonna give freedom to your Bristle. They have the Brewmaster to do that. It creates a lot of chaos when Prime Split is clicked, but I'd like to see them add a little bit more on top of it to really enable this Bristle team fight.
Is that a bit surprising that Aster would ban out the Void? That is something that they usually play themselves?
I mean, it's quite good, no? Wouldn't you say? The Void here?
I mean, Void really doesn't die also, like same as anti-mage. Like,
they don't have enough damage, right?
There is no damage, one time walk, one deletion, and they cannot do anything.
Yeah. And
also insane team fight, so the Aster can never really fight them.
Like, Aster wants to play really long fights where it's really hard to kill their heroes. Yeah, they just come to Zeus. I mean, that adds a lot of damage. That's a way to find the Doom too. Zeus is one of the best vision heroes, and I think throughout this tournament teams have gotten much better using the Zeus, where they're gonna click the Zeus ulti as soon as the fight is about to happen, so that the jumpers are gonna find the best jumps, basically. You know, the Winter Wyvern will see all the heroes, he'll be able to position himself properly, the Tiny will find the right Blink Avalanche also because of Zeus ulti. So very good pick off, good hero against Puck. Not a straight up counter, but a hero that matches well against him.
Juggernaut. You may now select
and it's Juggernaut to round things out.
Yep. Great pick, great pick. The healing ward, the sustain versus the damage over time and the long fights. There's no such thing as taking long fights against Jugger. It doesn't do anything. Everybody's full HP because of the healing ward. So, which draft do you like the most here, Mark?
I like Spirit.
Yeah.
I think Spirit has like a very straight up way to win this game. But Aster has to do like some clutch moments and like outplays to win this game. So I really favor Spirit for this game.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, very much. I think they have a much superior draft, actually.
Yeah, I was also going to say that before these guys did. My expert analysis says, yeah, it's going to be Spirit that wins.
All right, yeah, I mean, I can't dissuade or disagree with any of that. I have to piggyback with the rest of my panel here. But we do have the match underway, so let's find out who is going to take this first game in the lower bracket finals. We have Gareth and Lacoste.
Here we go, yeah, it's nice to see so much synergy and teamwork down there with your phones and tablets making memes. And we have to have someone explain some of the Chinese memes to me, though. What about the teamwork and synergy in these drafts, though, Lacoste? How are we looking for Aster against Spirit?
Team Spirit didn't pick any heroes that have Spirit in their name. On the other side, Team Aster did pick a Brewmaster, so I think they got this one. You know, but on a more serious note, I do like a little bit more that Team Spirit has this team fight. Team Aster did try to go with the Zeus last pick. It's a good Zeus. Zeus game, but it's a godly Juggernaut game as well. And also having Puck plus Snapfire, these two heroes throughout the whole game will, like, you can always do something. Yeah, pretty much. It's always, we're going to smoke, we're going to be able to get the kills on pretty much every single hero in this game.
Yeah, get level 6, go roaming around, and the position 5 Rubik, something, you know, we've seen Team Liquid do a little bit, Team Spirit bring it out. Was that just kind of a blind pick saying, hey, this is a hero that could do well regardless of what happens?
It's something that you mentioned, like a bit more comfortable playing Rubik as a 5. It's not like when you look at what he has to steal in this game, Tiny probably going to be the big one, maybe Brewmaster, Winter's Curse. These are the 3 big abilities that he wants to steal, especially Avalanche early on, because it does get maxed out, so gets super powerful.
It sure does. As it looks like we are nearly ready. I've nearly lied. They've paused the game, so we do have a little bit of a pause and break before we start things off. Laning stage-wise, how are we going to be looking here for Team Spirit? Because Doom is a hero that I feel we've seen last picked or later stage picked by a lot of teams this tournament, and he's not done particularly well. How is he going to fare here against Aster?
They don't have that much burst damage to just take him out immediately, because Doom does get like tanky relatively early with his BKB. There's one ability that goes through magic immunity, so other than that, I think he's going to be fine. He's going to be able to get the Doom off, and also, like, Puck is going to be the setup for Doom. Puck is going to provide vision, a lock onto a target, and allow Doom to do it.
So I guess one of the problems they're going to face is that Zeus ulti, like Seb was mentioning, right? The vision that's going to give if Doom is going to be able to get the jump with the Puck, and whether or not they're going to allow this Wyvern and Tiny to find those initiations themselves. Well, Monet's having a bit of fun in the game. You can't see it yet, but he's spamming his chat wheel, space created.
Yeah, it seems like Team Spirit is ready to go.
Let's get things underway then. Game 1 of this best of 3. Kicking off with early fight. It's both teams very good at these level 1 fights.
Yeah, looking at Team Aster, Baboka gonna be playing that position for Tiny, one of the better Tiny players out there, most definitely manages to get out so much done at the early stages of the game, and Ori on his, we can even call it signature Zeus. Yeah, but XXS, he is playing Brewmaster, something that he's been shining lately, I would say, causing a lot of issues. Brewmaster not as strong in the early stages of the game, but at the end, like in the mid game, once you get to that Aghanim Scepter timing, Refresher, Eon Disc, things do get very chaotic.
They sure do. I think I'm back. We're good.
Oh, good to have you back, Gary. Got me worried there for a second that I'm going to need to be a play-by-play caster.
Don't you worry. Both teams very ready to fight early on at level 1 as they prep themselves here. Aster waiting in the trees, coming in behind Mira. He's going to see them though, and very quickly dodge away. But let's see if Bobica can actually catch up. He's throwing out the high five, and he's got boots of speed. Mira with a cookie to the low ground. Nicely played. Will slip away from Aster. Sneaky little move there.
Most importantly, he does not die. Looking at his starting items, 3 tangos, and also planting down a center ward just in case if enemies decided to block the small camp, or even put an observer ward on the high ground. But not much region in this lane on bottom, so Doom is bringing some extra because his starting item is a lot of stats. Magic 1 plus 3 branches.
Yeah, I guess that bristleback super important. Catch those magic 1 charges after the cool sprays. I do have this Wyvern just sitting, throwing out Arctic Burns to chip away at them. Mira with his cookie level 1. And try and get some harassment back into them, looking for those range creep secures. Not the ideal situation to go cookie level 1 usually, is it? You want Scatter Blast in this kind of lane to blast people. Oh, Toronto Tokyo. Use the Fairy Fire. Ori very close to finding that first blood.
Ori, yesterday when he was playing Zeus, did the same thing, but he did manage to get the first blood this time around. You know that these two players, they want to push the limits.
both so very close to death. Like an orb and a waning rift could kill Ori. He doesn't have any fairy fires, but he will have Courier coming out to deliver something. Bobakar gonna drag creep waves even behind tier 2 top, making sure that the Rubik can't actually chase him back and secure any of that experience. So nice little adaptation there. Usually we see that between the tier 1 and the tier 2. Arctic Burn incredibly annoying against these two strength heroes. But
it's a lot of harassment early on because Wyvern does deal a ton of damage. Bristleback didn't invest too much mana for the first couple of levels. Usually we do see Bristles. Oh, Wyvern might be in a bit of a trouble. They're not gonna die because there is no Infernal Blade and Scorched Earth. Still not enough damage to dive underneath the tower.
Yeah, with the Bristleback stacking up Coil Sprays as well. You don't want to go committing too heavily for anything like that. But they are burning through a lot of this early regen, and Team Spirit again, the ones with the magic wands and the sticks, so they have that constant free regen as Bobakar tossing Miposhka on the tower. Good bit of chip damage there, no clap though, no real play to be made onto the Rubik. So far so good for Yatoro. 11-3 for him. This Zeus and Bristleback really coming out on top in the laning stage. Brewmaster, not so much. 5-1 being shut down completely. But that is due to Bobakar dragging a couple of these waves though, right?
Yeah, he did take a creep wave for himself, and also Yatoro did manage to zone him out using Blade Fury level 1 just to deal some damage to Brewmaster. And Brewmaster not the strongest of the laners, one of the reasons why he's not picked as much, but we see another spin on Brewmaster.
Yeah, just doing as much damage they can to him. Well, Bobakar with his boots. Oh, he's looking to kill off this courier. Nice bit of micro though from Miposhka. Might get a bit away. He's tried to shoot, but not working. But Tony finds it in the end. Collapse coming back here. Level 2 Devour grabs himself an Alpha Wolf. A lot more physical damage now able to come in towards this bot lane. But you're right, Brewmaster, not one of the best laners, but it is made up for by the fact that he is such an exceptional team fighter, that chaos creator, right?
Yeah, the Brewmaster doesn't really provide, especially because it is Rubik position 5. So if he's out of position, Bobakar maybe looking for a potential toss back, but no, Miposhka will get the courier.
Revenge is sweet. Miposhka finding Boboka's one now. Yatoro, nothing really to stop him here. The fact that he is a juggernaut with spin and healing ward, and we've seen this combo with the Chens and the Dazzles. Now he doesn't necessarily need it. Just able to sustain himself in the lane. Never going to get kicked out. Never forced to jungle out. Monet, oh, Mira with some nice little body blocks there. And some additional damage from the tower onto the Bristle.
It's damage, but then looking at the build from Victor Wyvern, he does have a point in Cold Embrace, so they're not going to be able to kill him. It's all about sustaining Bristleback until he gets to his Vanguard timing and the toss back underneath the tower.
Yeah, there's the kill on Miposhka.
Easy collapse from Brewmaster.
Very easy. And another great toss back from Bobakar. This is why that position 4 Tiny is so feared and so contested throughout this tournament. He's still the highest picked hero through Arlington Major.
Zeus is about to be 6 on a mid lane. You gotta be careful. You know that Team Aster will be playing aggressive on the side lanes. I don't think they're gonna be able to kill the Juggernaut because of the spin and just not enough damage, but looking at the bottom lane, they need to use the courier and finish off that Vanguard, and here they go.
Yeah, I mean, Monet, he's trying to play aggressively, has the Cold Embrace behind it, but Collapse and Mirror, they offer so much damage, even as Bristleback can't tank through it. With the Thunder God Trap, though, they get even more in towards Collapse, chasing it back with Splinter Blast, pop the raindrops, but they still find the kill. Monet survives through it with his stick, the Cold Embrace, the Ring of Health, all of this sustain.
And Dora, this time around, he's not getting last hits. It was more about just providing damage and saying to the rest of the team, it's time to go. We want to get this stuff done. So getting one kill from that. Oh, Miposhka is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, dear. Trying to guard that rune, wasn't he? Loses his life for it, so has to pick up another one. 3-0 start for them.
Oh, Monet's courier gets killed, so that's That's his full Vanguard. I still don't think they have enough damage to take down Bristleback in this lane, because Doom is level 4, this pack leader Aura definitely helps out with some physical damage, but then again, Siamese Cat did put the point in Cold Embrace early on, which, like when they use the combo from Team Spirit, they just don't have enough if Bristleback is full HP.
Yeah, they're able to wait it out and keep on going. So Vanguard now delayed for a couple of minutes. A little bit sad for the Bristleback. But Rubik's death up top around the clock as Monet is getting gone on, but now the back of the Monica taking down Mira. Collapse now trapped in the trees, and Monet seems perfectly fine. He does get coiled. What's he got? The Cold Embrace, any stick charges? No, he's dead. Toronto, Tokyo's rotation with this puck gets the kill on the Bristleback, and that's the additional little bit they needed.
Yeah, I mean, Monet needed that Vanguard to survive there, having some block damage and also having an extra bit of a HP. He's going to be able to run away.
Yatoro back to the creeps, unfortunately, or well played by XXS as he did maneuver himself back into the creep wave to allow for that to happen. But this has so far been a free farm juggernaut as they doom Tiny down far. Oh, Bobica, he's pinged out. They know where he is now. There's no juking away from these boys. Firing the Tiny, Toronto Tokyo stuck around, making sure they just get that additional little bit of kill threat and goal going their way.
Monet's pretty happy about it, but he is not the one taking the first and potentially dying as well, so Bobica will take one for the team, and also on the top lane, because Juggernaut did use ulti. It means now a minute and a half for XXS to do as much as he wants, potentially even threaten a kill on other hero than the Juggernaut. If someone's on the top lane with the Primal Split plus Boboka, they can get the kill.
But it seems like this is where Team Spirit start to pick up the tempo. Eight minutes in, they're already smoking. Puck has made a couple of rotations, and now they're on the Zeus. Snap the coil, the cookie in, Mira is set up for this. Miboshka trying to arrive as well, but the avalanche and that heavenly jump, tossed back too, will send the Zeus to safety.
They sent him to Stratosphere. What the hell was that? Tossed during heavenly jump.
Against the teammate. They've caught out Mira. Thunderbolt Wrath will take him down.
And also Zeus having Illusion Rune in his bottle, allowing him to dispel silence from Puck. Even though it's only level 1 silence, it still lasts for 2 seconds, and then allowing him to get the heavenly jump.
Toronto Tokyo treads bottle 1 before the Witchblade, so he's deciding more of an early game build here. Tank up, get those stats. I feel like more of a shift as well from group stage where the Witchblade rush was very popular to now people thinking, no, we need